Let's now turn our focus from one conflict to another. Russian President Vladimir Putin has threatened to target decision-making centers in Kyiv with new IRBM missiles. Putin has claimed that Russia is forced to deploy the new missiles in response to what he has called the enemy's actions. A reference to Ukraine's usage of US and UK manufactured missiles inside the Russian territory. Remember, UK has provided missiles and so has America in the last 2 weeks or so. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Zelensky has claimed that Russia used cluster munitions at Ukraine's energy infrastructure in what Kyiv has called a very vile escalation of Russian terrorist tactics. But before we move any further, let's first listen in to what Russian President Vladimir Putin had to say about the latest aspect of this warfare.
Сегодня ночью нами был нанесен комплексный удар с применением 90 ракет подобных классов и 100 беспилотников. Поражено 17 целей. Это военные объекты, объекты оборонной промышленности и системы их обеспечения. Повторю еще раз. Эти удары с нашей стороны состоялись также в ответ на непрекращающиеся удары по российской территории американскими ракетами «Атакамс». Как уже говорил неоднократно, с нашей стороны ответ всегда будет.
All right, let's get in now. Voice from Ukraine. A Ukrainian member of parliament joins me, Oleksiy Goncharenko, to really understand this next phase of warfare and what Ukraine is doing in response to that. Your first reaction to these attacks that have taken place on the Ukrainian infrastructure?
Russia continues its campaign of terror against civilians, and this night again civilian infrastructure, power grid first of all, was attacked throughout the whole country. Now part of the country is without electricity, and it's very difficult for people. It makes people suffer.
So there have been attacks on the power infrastructure of Ukraine. And do you think this could be the next phase of the warfare, where it is the critical infra assets that are targeted?
Russia is doing this already for the third year. From the beginning of full-scale invasion, they are attacking civilian infrastructure. Unfortunately, nothing new.
Okay. You're saying that Russia has been doing this for a while now. In terms of Ukrainian response to this, because, you know, there's also been a fair response that Ukraine has done, whether it is in terms of taking the UK missiles or the US missiles that have actually gone deep inside the Russian territory?
More air defense to protect our energy infrastructure. We try to repair the infrastructure as soon as possible. Also, we need more long-range possibilities to destroy Russian military objects from which Russia launches these attacks.
Okay, so you're saying you need more of those long-range missiles, and is that what you've asked NATO as well as specific countries, whether it's US and UK, who've been supplying those missiles to Ukraine?
More air defense, more long-range capabilities, and more sanctions against Russia, because they already used billions of dollars in these missiles, and that's only because their war chest, unfortunately, is full from the money. So sanctions don't work in the way they should.